Did you ever think that potentially 5xing or 10xing or more on your money would be easy? Well, we are about to see if we have the guts to stick with it and pull this off. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the entire day and get going. Hey, every lucky apricot out there. My name is Sean, and this is Sean's Stocks. Before we get started, I just want to say that I am not a financial advisor, so please use your own judgment and do your own due diligence on anything I talk about today. Today, we're going to again continue talking about the underdog, the lucky stock, the one and only CLOV, CLOV. This is my 14th video on CLOV. If you want to binge watch all those CLOV videos, there is a link in the description below to a playlist. If you appreciate my following of CLOV and want to get this video out to more people and help spread the word about CLOV's momentum, please like this video, share with a friend or community, and subscribe. Also, comment down below if you subscribed while watching this video. I'll comment on as many of those that I can and like them too. Keep in mind, the more likes, comments, and subscribes, the more the YouTube algorithm is likely to push out this video to get more people going on this CLOV momentum. So with that being said, let's get started. So throughout the entire day, we saw a volume of 30 million shares, and that's pretty low compared to our previous days. It's about 10 million less than on Wednesday. So taking a look at this, we should get about 20 million tomorrow unless we have something big happen. Overall, this is looking so good for us. As I mentioned before, the more volume continues to decrease, the more days there are to cover for these shorts. So I am just going to continue hodling. Today was yet another red day, though. We saw a drop of a total of 40 cents by starting off at $12.96 and then closing at $12.56. During the after hours, which is right now, we are pushing up and sitting around $12.65 with a 9-cent increase. Good job, everyone. The high of the day today was at $13.62, and that's right there. And then we did see a really fun George W. that does show a bullish potential, but then we did have a pretty good downturn until it reached the low of the day of $12.50. As you might remember, that was the same low of yesterday, so we do have some consistency there. There really wasn't a lot of crazy moves in the day, though. However, we did see another 3.5 million spike of volume at the end of the day, so they are still trying. As I mentioned before, we should be experiencing the same amount of pressure and wild volume spikes during the rest of this week, including tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be our Super Bowl. We will probably be continuously attacked so that they can keep as many of the options out of the money as possible. They don't want any calls over $13 to be in the money, but we do. We need to get this stock past $14, past $15, and keep on going. Buying the dip and hodling is the best way to make this possible. Also, today we're going to look into more detail on options for tomorrow. There is this website called Maximum Payne. Basically, there is this Payne Theory. There is this Payne Theory that says that option sellers have stock on hand to fulfill the options if they are exercised. These stock positions are maintained to minimize risk to the sellers, and this maintenance affects the stock price. So options can be the tail wagging the dog. So as we can see right here around the $13 mark, and it mentions right here the Payne 13 right here. So right here around the $13 mark is where one could say that we have the maximum pain. If the stock price goes down more, then the short sellers are winning. If the stock goes up, then we are winning. As you can see, the more the stock goes up, the more cash is needed as the stock goes up in price because the more positions need to be maintained to minimize risk to the sellers. Now, as usual, we're going to go to the stock news of the day. First, it was announced recently that Spiras Health secured a 5-year value-based contract and with Clover Health direct contracting entity. As we see, Spiras Health and Clover Health, let's see here. Yeah, so as we see, Spiras Health and Clover Health share a commitment to addressing the needs of patients with complex chronic conditions with a unique and specialized home-based approach focused on improving the patient's health and quality of life while reducing costs. This is a really good positive to see for Clover Health. Next, it was also announced that Upward Health announced a contract with Clover Health to serve patients in 4 states under new direct contracting initiative. And those states would be New York, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Texas. These are great partnerships that are always a good reminder that Clover Health is still a growing business. It wasn't heading toward any bankruptcy, and in my opinion, it still has a good outlook regardless if a short or gamma squeeze occurs. Remember, this is a triple play, ladies and gentlemen. We have a potential to gamma squeeze, we have a potential to short squeeze, and we have the potential for this company to be really successful in the future. As a reminder, insider investors cannot sell shares until it maintains $30 for 90 consecutive days. There is a lot of motivation to get this stock over that price point in the long run, so again, this is just the beginning. Next, Clover Health currently has a 46.92 short interest percentage on the free float at the time of making this video. Yesterday we only had a 44.46 short interest percentage on the free float, so this is a pretty good jump. Also, right now we are sitting at 1.16 days to cover as well. Next, checking out the iBorrow desk. The iBorrow desk for CLOV, let me pull that up real quick. So the iBorrow desk for CLOV, it shows that there are 500,000 shares available. This is actually a lot more shares available than I would expect, and the fee is sitting at 5.7%. Please keep in mind that the stock loan fee is the fee charged by a brokerage for borrowing shares. In this case, it is expressed as an annualized percentage charged by Interactive brokers. Keep in mind that this borrow rate is making it pretty expensive for them to continue holding their shares for a long term. So a squeeze is probably going to come soon. The big question is just when. We want to make sure that we are holding strong as they are doubling down with their shorts. If we look at other stocks such as GME and AMC, we know that this process can take weeks and potentially months to pull off. But at the same time, I hope that we see something tomorrow. Either way, though, don't panic, as this can take some time. Make sure that you understand the due diligence discussions out there and that they make sense to you. Because at the end of the day, it is your money, and no one ever said that potentially 5xing or 10xing or more your money would ever be easy. It can be a little bit intense. As I mentioned before, patience is key with this play as momentum needs to build. I'm excited to see if this week is going to be the week of a squeeze, but only time will tell. Again, check out my other 13 videos on CLOV by binge watching the CLOV playlist in the description. And if you like this content and want me to continue following CLOV this closely, hit the like button, subscribe, and have a great trading day, you lucky people. Take care. Bye-bye.